In the face of a national security breach by Trump administration officials, congressional Republicans reacted by mostly downplaying the Signal group chat scandal.
I don't think anyone should have lost their job over that because an errant number, found its way onto a dialogue between leaders. It's a mistake, but we got to correct it going forward, and they will.
It was a mistake. I'm sure he doesn't. He wishes it didn't happen.
No, I believe Hexteth said it didn't happen. And if it did, it was a mistake.
I do think it was incredibly sloppy. But that being said, I think it was a mistake, and I can say for certain they're going to put protocols in place so that doesn't happen again.
The lack of concern extended to one of the administration's top law enforcement officials, FBI Director Kash Patel, at today's Worldwide Threats Senate hearing.
Director Patel, has the FBI launched any investigation of this?
Senator, I was just briefed about it late last night, this morning. I don't have an update.
I would like to get an answer by the end of the day.
Denver Riggleman and Neera Tanden are back. You got to laugh to keep from crying. Denver, to be very clear, there's a lot of focus about Jeffrey Goldberg being added to the chat, and I think that's missing the forest of what's wrong here for one tree. And before I get your thoughts, apparently Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor, is downstairs in this building right now. He's at Fox News, on with Laura Ingraham, and we have the sound of him not taking accountability, also talking about that it's a mistake, and saying somehow Jeffrey Goldberg found his way into the group chat. Let's play it if we have it.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but of all the people out there, somehow this guy who has lied about the president, who has lied to Gold Star families, lied to their attorneys, and gone to Russia hoax, gone to just all kinds of links to lie and smear the president of the United States. And he's the one that somehow gets on somebody's contact and then gets sucked into this group.
Denver, Mike Waltz created the group chat on Signal. I just went through but it's not just that he put Jeffrey Goldberg in there inadvertently. Isn't the bigger issue that they were so callously discussing this information on Signal in the first place?
I don't even have the words to tell you how bullshitty that answer was for Mike Waltz. Like, I don't even have the level of military language to define how stupid that answer was. Because let me tell you, I know Mike. You just don't accidentally add somebody to a Signal chat. Anybody who knows how to use Signal knows that it's actually a permission, right? Or they're already in your friends, or you've talked to them before. So my question to Mike would be, when did you talk to Jeff Goldberg last? Have you been leaking information before? Is that how he was on your Signal contacts? Because that's how you add somebody to your Signal chat. Here's the other thing. You know who like to use Signal? Proud Boys and Oath Keepers in January 6th. They like to use encrypted chats, right? Encrypted chats actually do work. Unless you're on phones, that could be snapshot, or you add other people to the chat in a non-secure environment. As I'm looking across this, as our allies are seeing what was on that text thread, how J.D. Vance talked about Europe, how Mike Waltz conducted himself. First of all, nobody should ever use emojis in a secure area anyway. That there's something wrong there. But the second thing is this. Our allies across the entire globe right now, they're thinking this thought, and it's a military thought. I need everybody who's watching this to look up this term. Here's what they're thinking. This is a Blue Falcon administration. We can't trust them. They have no idea what they're doing. Everybody that was sitting in that Senate hearing today needs to go. They have no acumen or intelligence or experience to be there. I don't have, again, I have military language that's popping into my head at rapid fire that I cannot say on here because we have military people saying stupid things, but you can't do this because it's disingenuous. It's wrong to tell the American people this, and to tell me that one number, we should not be worried about one sloppy number being added. One sloppy number could have told the Houthis where we were coming for time over target to actually put our pilots and other people in harm's way. Get off of that, because you have real intelligence people and real operators who know this was a absolute Foxtrot uniform. And I just think everybody needs to realize that.
Not only could adding a wrong number, when I'm thinking of all the times that I've been on Signal out at brunch, in the grocery store, out where, I've got a privacy screen on my phone, but anyone could see it. This is, this is not the forum for which you conduct very sensitive, serious business where people's lives are at stake. But there's another angle here that we haven't discussed. And the Doomsday Scenario Substack lays this out, and they write, quote, "Lost amid the headline-grabbing insanity of the classified details is what the principals were discussing on the group chat. It doesn't take reading too deeply between the lines to see that the principals weren't entirely clear on what Trump had ordered. Someone, apparently Stephen Miller, says, as I heard it, the president was clear, green light, which raises some troubling questions about how much White House staff and cabinet leaders are interpreting or reading the tea leaves on vague presidential directives or desires. When the president of the United States commits U.S. military forces to operations overseas, there shouldn't be any, as I heard it, ambiguity." Neera, you have had to brief the president before, not this president, the other president. You have sat in meetings after the president has, said what he said and made his directives, and the president leaves, where the senior staff is left there to execute on what the president said. Have you ever had a scenario like this?
No, I mean, I actually think if the president is going to commit U.S. forces to engage and basically bomb another country, then you should actually know that's what he intended, because it has consequences.